Yes, Harshita, you can start now.
Okay, ma'am. With your kind permission, sir, I request to start today's function. Good morning, everyone. I, Harshita Purwar, student of BBA final year, on behalf of Department of Management, Dada Ramchand Bakhru Sindhu Mahavidyalaya, extend my warm welcome and gratitude to the eminent chief guest of today's program, Honorable Dr. Mahesh Singh, sir. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation. We are fortunate to have you here. I sincerely welcome our Noble Management Committee members, Honorable Shri Bakhru Sir, President Sindhi Hindi Vidya Samiti, Honorable Dr. Vinky Rughwani Sir, Chairman Sindhi Hindi Vidya Samiti, Honorable Shri Keswani Sir, General Secretary Sindhi Hindi Vidya Samiti. I feel privileged to extend my warm welcome to stimulators of the event, Principal Dr. Kasbekar sir, Vice Principals Dr. Satish Tewani sir and Dr. Anand Thadani sir. I am also delighted to welcome our Head of Department, Mr. Pranay Wankhede sir, and faculty members, Dr. Trupti Sakhare ma'am, Mr. Deepak Gehani sir, Dr. Suman Keswani ma'am, and Ms. Poorvi Tiwari ma'am. All the members present here are welcomed on the enlightening webinar, a guest lecture on organized retailing in India. We are in a stage to learn new things, and Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam says, learning gives creativity. Creativity leads to thinking. Thinking provides knowledge, and knowledge makes you great. These words inspire us to learn new things and to be creative and gain more and more knowledge by our today's chief guest, Dr. Mahesh Singh sir. Now, I request Noman to show some light on the charming personality of today's guest lecture, Dr. Mahesh Singh sir.
Thank you so much, Harshita. A very good morning to all of you. My name is Mohammad Noman Raza Khan from BBA final year. I am honored to introduce such a knowledgeable personality, respected Dr. Mahesh Singh sir. Before I take the pleasure of introducing our guest speaker, please allow me to publicly express my gratitude to Dr. Mahesh Singh sir for giving his precious time to us from his busy schedule. Dr. Mahesh Singh sir's complete his PhD and MBA in Marketing Management from the Department of Business Management from Nagpur University. Sir have also qualified UGC NET in Management and have work experience of more than 10 years in academics and corporate field in various capacities of teaching, research, and industrial consultancy. Respected Dr. Mahesh Singh sir, currently working as assistant professor as in senior faculty department of retail management FDDI and Institute of National Importance, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India at Hyderabad. Dr. Mahesh Singh sir's areas of interest are marketing management, consumer behavior, retail management, strategic management, and business law. Dr. Mahesh Singh sir's three research papers published in international journals, three research papers in national journals, and co-authored a chapter in a textbook on research methodology. Dr. Mahesh Singh sir taught various courses related to marketing at master and undergraduate level. Dr. Mahesh Singh sir is here to provide us the precious knowledge regarding retail management. Sir will talk on current scenario of retail management after the pandemic and much more precious lessons. It is a pleasure having you as a guest, sir. So, without wasting a single second, I would like to welcome respected Dr. Mahesh Singh sir and request him to give us valuable knowledge regarding subject. Please, sir.
Thank you so much, Harshita and Noan, for such a wonderful welcome. Uh, Thank you so much, Sindhu College, for providing this opportunity to speak on such a prominent topic of retailing. Uh, so, yes, let me begin now. I think I have been allowed to share my PPT. Yes, just a second, guys. Okay, so let me just get a confirmation from all the participants whether my PPT is visible to all of you or not. Somebody can simply just, Noman, you can simply confirm whether my PPT is visible to you or not.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is visible.
Thank you so much. I'm audible also?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, Noman. Thank you. So before I begin, let me thank to all the dignitaries of Sindhu College. The name of you, Dr. Kasbekar, sir, I think Principal, sir, Vice Principal, sir, Pranay, Wankhede, sir, HOD, DBA, Trupti Sakhare, ma'am. Thank you so much, all of you, for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts and views on this retail industry with these budding managers of the country. Thank you so much once again, all of you. I'm Dr. Mahesh. I will be taking around 30-40 minutes to brief you about the retail industry in India. The topic, though I know it is organized retail, but I will be taking you through not only organized but also unorganized also, so that you can understand that what exactly is retail first of all, and how we can differentiate between organized and unorganized, right? And what are the various challenges which this industry is facing. Though I know COVID is the biggest challenge worldwide, but I would not touch that in that way, because every where now there is a huge buzz about this, lot of buzz about this COVID. Okay, but though I mean I'll touch that part also, but not in that detail. But I'll talk more about the fundamentals, okay, the basics, right? So that you can understand, because basic remains basics every time, everywhere, whether it's pandemic or anything, right? So yeah, let's begin this journey of this retailing. I want Trupti ma'am, if you could allow some of the participants, they can, I mean, in between, they can interrupt me and they can ask questions also. I want this session to be very interactive. If I'm, a bit faster, I'm going a bit faster, then you can just simply interrupt me. Or guys, if you have any kind of query, don't wait for the the right time. This is the right time, right? So if you have any kind of query, you can raise that query immediately, right? So let's begin this journey. So first of all, what exactly retail is? So everybody knows that retail is basically wherein there is a market where, if just simply say there is a market, definitely we assume that there is a seller, there is a buyer, right? So if we take it in traditional manner, we have seen the kind of scenarios in our nearby stores, weekly markets also, wherein there is a seller, there is a buyer. So ultimately, when the product is being product or services, I must say, I'm taking both interchangeably. If products and services have been sold to the end user, here I'm using the word end user. That's basically called retailing, and there shouldn't be any kind of business activity in between, I mean afterwards. So if I have purchased a mobile phone for myself, then that's basically a kind of I have purchased a mobile phone from a retailer. So that's basically, I'm a consumer. If I'm just simply purchasing my mobile phone just for my personal consumption, I'm not going to resell it to anybody else. That's basically called retailing, simple retailing. So there shouldn't be any kind of further business involved in right? So that's basically retailing. Like you simply go, if suppose you require a biscuit of any brand biscuit, you simply go to nearby store and simply purchase. That's basically retailing. Okay, you are a purchaser and the person who is selling is a retailer. That's as simple as definition we can understand. But there are various ways through which we get different products nowadays. There is a concept called online, digital marketing, etc. So we'll talk about all these things. So I hope now at least clarity is there that what exactly retailing is. There shouldn't be any kind of further business activity. That's basically, it should B2C, business to consumer. There shouldn't be any kind of B2B activity in between, right? But nowadays there is a trend also, you can say that there is a C2C concept also, consumer to consumer, where you can sell your products to OLX, etc. That will definitely we are going to talk on that also, part also, right? So if I'm going a bit faster, please interrupt me or just simply inform me, because this is my way of teaching. It takes some time even for my students to understand my things in first few days. So yes, let's begin the journey now. So can you see the screen? I want some of the responses from you all.
Yes, sir. We can see your
Yes, sir.
screen.
We can see.
Okay, so I want Trupti ma'am, you can just unmute some of the participants so that they can answer some of the queries which I want, because I want this session to be very interactive. If I'm if I'm able to just complete 5 or 10 slides, that's perfectly okay for me. But they should understand, if I'm taking just 5 or 10 slides or 20 slides or 40 slides, that hardly makes any sense. The sense is what I'm focusing here, that whatever I deliver, that should be understood by the participants.
Yes, sir. Sure, sure.
So can somebody answer me? Can you see any kind of trend here? Who is what exactly this slide talks about? This slide talks about the top 10 richest men in the world.
10 richest men in the world.
Right. So who is the richest man in the world?
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. Who is he? He is basically the CEO of Amazon. We all are quite familiar with Amazon. Okay. And Amazon says that we deliver, we cover at least 99% pin codes in India. That's, I don't know how much they actually claim it, but the reality is something different. Because when I was just trying to book a product for a particular pin code, they were saying that we are unable to deliver. Maybe that in 1%. Okay, so can you see the next one? This one, second one, Bernard Arnault and family. They are from LVMH. Yes, anybody has any idea of that? What exactly is this LVMH? Have you ever heard about the brand name called Louis Vuitton?
Yes, sir.
It's high-end luxury product, Louis Vuitton, right? So now, third one, just take the fourth one. Leave the third one, our very own Mukesh Ambani. Amancio Ortega. He is the owner of Zara. This belongs to Inditex group, Spanish group. Okay. Can you see the next one? Supermarkets here, seventh one. Can you see the so what exactly I want to tell you all, that these top billionaires of the world, they belong to retail field actually. The top billionaires of the world, they belong to the retail field. So this is the power of a retail industry actually, if you see worldwide. Okay, Jeff Bezos, is his, this Amazon, itself, its revenue of Jeff Bezos is around $200 billion, which means a lot. Our total, this organized retail in India is not even $200 billion. I'm talking about organized retail, right? So if you see Amancio Ortega, you must have heard about the brand Zara. It's a premium segment brand in India, okay, worldwide, right? So that also belongs to a particular retailer, right? So I just simply wanted to tell you all that if tomorrow you people choose retail as a career of yours, you can see the big giants are there in the field, okay? By looking at the figures, even if you just simply talk about the Alibaba, which is there in China, Jack Ma's business model, you will come to know a lot of fantastic figures. Okay, I'll talk about a bit about the Jack Ma. So this was the main focus about bringing this light into this context. Okay, guys. So now let's understand first of all that how this retail field evolved. So we'll take from here. We'll not talk about the exchange concept which was there into Indus Valley or in the Vedic period. Simply we'll talk from here that initially there were weekly markets, even though we can see in rural areas that weekly markets are there. Even in suburbs of the big cities, we could see that the weekly markets are there, right? So here in India, if you see a mix of kind of concept is there into retailing. Right, you can't simply expect that everywhere there is concrete malls are there. No, there are, even in front of a concrete mall, a big mall, luxury mall, you will find there is a small retailer. So both are simultaneously surviving and both are making money, right? So this kind of nature is there of this Indian market, wherein both the things can be simultaneously accepted. There is a high-end mall and there is a street vendor in front of that mall. Both are flourishing, right? So initially there was a weekly markets, then there was a convenience shop stores, that's called basically pop and mom stores, The name itself says that Papa and Mama stores are the nearby stores, which are very close to our places. So initially people used to call it Papa's and Mama's stores because they used to go to their, that store, and they used to purchase for, for entire month. Then after the month they used to pay. So that's basically known as Papa's and Mama's store, Papa and Mama stores, are nearby stores, okay, or convenience stores, you can say. There is a government controlled stores like Khadi and cooperative societies, okay, wherein you can purchase a lot of things, okay. And then nowadays, about which we are talking, going to talk more, basically modern formats or international formats, wherein you can find, even in Nagpur, you can find a lot of big brands nowadays. I could say H&M is there, a lot of big brands are there even. Okay, the newly opened mall that I think there is at Badnach Square, okay. So you will find a lot of big brands even there, okay. So EBOs called exclusive brand outlets, even MBOs, multi-brand outlets are there in India nowadays present, departmental stores, shopping, I mean, a lot of all the formats, even e-commerce is gaining a lot of momentum in, in the last few years, we could see here in India. So this is a kind of journey, I mean, we can see, but none of the, particular format has replaced the previous one. All are still surviving, still, working, still there in the existence. So we can't say that it's a kind of evolution. Yeah, it's evolution, but none of the, bigger format has set the previous, format or the, it's right. So I hope you understand. There is a Mercedes going on the road along with the, there is a bullock cart going on the road. So both can be seen in the market. That kind of, heterogeneity in demographic profiles we could see, right? Guys, if I'm going a bit faster, or you are not able to understand what I'm talking about, you can interrupt me. You can even raise your queries in between, right? So this is a brief snapshot of retail industry. Retail industry is basically one of the fastest growing industry. Here, when I say retail, means all kind of retail, unorganized and unorganized also, right? So first, let's understand both in taking together. So if you see here, consumer expenditures, are growing very fast. I'm not considering at this moment COVID impact. Actually, I'm just simply talking about fundamentals. We'll talk about COVID afterwards, right? If time, will be there with us. So if you see, because to to happen any purchase, there should be actually three things. To happen any purchase, there should be minimum three things are required. One is there should be a need. Okay. Second thing is there should be a purchasing power, right? And third is willingness to purchase. So these are some of the basic concepts of marketing, and retail is basically a part of marketing. So if we have to understand retail, we have to understand the basics of marketing also. Again, I'm repeating, there should be three things minimum required to happen any kind of purchase. One is there should be a need. Okay, need, want, demand, desire, whatever you call it, right? Second is there should be purchasing power. I know I have a need of, a Mercedes or Ferrari or something. Okay, I have a desire, in fact, not need, right? But if I don't have purchasing power, I can simply, be into daydreaming condition, right? Along with the purchasing power, there should be willingness to buy. I have both. If you just try to observe nearby your places also, you'll find that there are a lot of people who have, even need also, demand, desire, whatever you call, they have purchasing power also, but they don't purchase because they don't, value it, or they don't like it to purchase or have it. Okay. There are, a lot of millionaires are also who like to travel in, economy class only. So they can purchase even jet also, right? Warren Buffett is one. You must have heard about Warren Buffett. Okay. So, right, yes. So let's understand this. We see Indian retail is one of the fastest growing markets in the world due to economic growth. And when I say economic, here, of course, I'm talking about all kind of, demographic variables, right? Macro factors, right? Macro, when I say macro, macro, that means I'm talking about all political, economical, social, technological, natural, all kind of, factors. That's basically known as SCALT. In my, our pastel analysis, I basically call this pastel actually. In my, way, I write is, I hope it's visible to all of you. Whatever, I'm just, so if you simply say, when I say macroeconomics, that means, I mean, especially, external factors which are influencing our economy. Basically, you can see political, economical, social, technological, environmental, and legal. All kind of factors are somewhere impacting the economy, or the, contributing into this growth of organized retail, I must say, right? You can see here, retail market in India is projected to grow from an estimated $672 billion in 2017 to 1200, or more than 1 trillion basically by 2021. But now there is a big, hurdle in the form of COVID. I don't know whether we are going to, definitely we are not going to, achieve this milestone. But yes, this was the projected. Okay. So retail industry reached to US 9.9 $50 billion in 18, and expected to reach by 1.1 trillion by 2020, which is not going, we are not going to reach reach now because of this COVID issue. So if you see, India is the world's 5th largest global destination in in this retail space, and ranked 63rd in World Bank's doing ease of business. What exactly does it mean? Uh, I'll show, share with you all one particular slide wherein I will be talking about GRDI, Global Retail Development Index, which has been published every year, almost every year by the Deepak Gehani, which is a worldwide trusted consultancy firm, research firm, which publishes every year, Global Retail Development Index. That's called basically GRDI. It was published in last report came in 19. It's annual report, which says India is number second position in fastest developing economies as a retail destination. Okay, so that means a lot. And if you take overall, then India is the 5th, largest global destination for the retail players. Okay, and though we can see here, 63rd rank is not that good rank in terms of doing ease of business. But if you see the kind of jump we have taken out, it's multifold jump. Okay, earlier we were somewhere around 150 plus ranking was there, and now we are at least we have maintained some of the rankings. I mean, at least now we in below 100. So that makes some sense. That if, what exactly does it mean by, if any foreign player, alien player want to come to India, they will look various factors. Whether should I go? Should I invest my money there in that country or not? So they look various conditions, various factors, like market is attractive or not. Okay, where there is filing system, taxation, demographic profiles, especially economic conditions, purchasing power is there or not, what kind of heterogeneity is there in terms of fooding habits, in terms of their purchasing habits. A lot of conditions they try to evaluate. I'll share one case with you all. Before this coming to India, this McDonald researched for almost 7 years. They invested crores of crores money to just simply understand what exactly Indians are going to have. And then they came up with a concept called Mac Tikki, 20 rupees aloo tikki. Can you imagine this kind of customization is there? And that's basically required actually. If you want to go to any alien country and you want to understand the fooding habits of that particular country people, this kind of things are required. And there is a concept called local concept basically, which is required. I'll just simply share with you all this concept. You must have heard about this also. This is very common nowadays. Global. If simply you just talk about this global concept, so this GLO basically is known as global, and this is basically called local. So be global, act local. Means whatever you are selling to the local people, that should have that kind of local customizations, preferences have been taken care, all kind of things has been already taken care, which local people like. Okay, you can't sell the same kind of stuffs to every country, to every geography. Even in India, you can't sell the North Indian foods very easily to the South India. There is a different fooding habits. So if in one particular country this much variability is there, heterogeneity is there, right? You can't expect and from an alien player who will understand immediately Even this is something about the fooding habits. You simply take about the other kind of steps. Here in Hyderabad, IKEA opened its first store in Hyderabad. They chose this destination as, I must I don't know whether you people are aware of it, the name IKEA or not. Anybody can simply say, have you heard about this name IKEA? Okay, no issues. So this IKEA is basically world's biggest home decor retailer, I must say, a furniture retailer actually, world's biggest. Okay. So IKEA chose Hyderabad to open its first store, looking at the kind of demographic profiles here. IT people, a lot of purchasing power. Every all kind of contributors helped them to choose this Hyderabad as the first destination. And you would be surprised to know that the kind of products they have, 7,500 different types of products they have in their basket, in their store, I must say. 7,500 types, a total number of items they have in their and the kind of the size of the store is around 3 lakhs square feet. It's a complete, I mean, just 2 floors kind of standalone kind of, you can say, store here in Hyderabad, wherein they have, looking at the purchasing power of Indians, they have 1,000 products which they have priced below rupees 200. Can you just simply imagine? Out of 7,500 different items, 1,000 products which have been priced below rupees 200. Looking at the pricing, this purchasing powers of Indians. Indians are highly, you can say South Indians, South Asians are basically known as highly price sensitive consumers. But if you go to other, I mean, developed countries, though they are also, but they also look a lot of other, things which are written on their levels, not only price. Anyways, guys, I have a lot of slides to share with you all. If I just keep on going, then it will take another 1 week. Okay. So this was something. Let me proceed with. Yes, I was just talking about simply here. So if you see here in 18, the market size was $950 billion. But guys, one thing I would like to share with you all, that in different reports you'll find different figures. Okay. BCG says, that's Boston Consulting Group, that says that it was around $600 billion. Some other reports say, like, if you see here, I've already, mentioned here also, Ernst & Young source, E&Y is a very, renowned consultancy firm, research firm. They say $950, so we'll take it roughly, okay. In 18, it was $950 billion. That means makes some sense. And it was expected that it will reach by more than 1 trillion by 2021, which is not going to, at least happen. If you see here, this one especially, revenue from online retail in India. So you see here, 18, it was $32.7 billion. Okay, and it is expected to reach $60 billion, which is very, I mean, I could see looks very optimistic, but it's not the reality actually. Now the latest research or report says that it's around $45 billion now. Okay, which is also pretty good, I feel. In terms of organized, I mean, total retailing, if you see, $45 billion is from only from online. Why it's happening? Because of you people, I must say, because of the millennials. Okay, origin. Okay, lot of people are using nowadays these smartphones. Internet is very, I must say, very economical or very cheap here in India. The rates. Okay, a geo effect we all can see here in India. Okay, and India is the second largest country in terms of numbers of smartphone users, internet users, after China. Okay, so that's somewhere playing a very vital role into the boost of this e-commerce. Okay, guys, I have a lot many to share. I'll just skip this slide because there is a comparison between this traditional and modern retail actually. So if you see here, if you want my slides, I'll share with you all. Okay, no issues. You all can go through this so that I can discuss many more things with you all. If you see here, total retail market, I mean, if you see here in terms of the kind of, sector wise. So now I have just spoke with you all that $950 billion as per, the last research, total Indian market size, total retail size, okay, in India. Now you can see here sector wise. So which sector has the biggest share? That's food and grocery. In terms of total retail, organized plus unorganized. Okay, so the biggest share you can see here is food and grocery, followed by apparel. Okay, and afterwards you can see. But in organized retail, which has the maximum share? Apparel. Earlier it was number 2, but now if you see here in organized retail, the highest, I mean the position holder or the biggest, I mean the sector which has the biggest share is apparel basically, followed by food and groceries. But now in COVID period, apparel and fashion, sale was almost zero, right? Because all the malls, stores were almost closed for a few months. And grocery comes into essential elements actually. Grocery was the one who was, growing like anything. Okay, but it was being delivered most of the groceries were delivered by unorganized players actually, who were you can call it them mom and pop stores or nearby kirana stores. They are the one who were delivering all these things, right? Anyways guys, so I hope now you have basic understanding of this, the kind of sectors which are contributing to this organized and unorganized retailing. Now you can see here Indian retail. My slides are full of data actually. I believe I'm basically a kind of researcher, so I keep on doing I just love to play with numbers actually. So if you see here, all my slides are full of data. Okay, Trupti ma'am, kindly remind me when I have to stop. Just 5 minutes before, just remind me so that I can manage accordingly.
Okay, sir. So no problem, sir. You can go ahead.
Till what time I can, ma'am?
It was around 40 minutes lecture, sir. But
okay. So guys, I'll just share some of the snapshots with you all. Indian retail e-market, like you can see here, I was just discussing with you all in 2021, it is forecasted that it will reach by $1,200 billion annual, compounded annual growth rate. You can see here, right? Again, if you see organized modern trade, this is basically organized. Okay, organized basically, if you see here, it is expected to grow by 18% every year. That makes some sense actually, right? What are the various drivers which are working behind this? Why this is flourishing organized retail I'm talking about? Why this India, as is all the alien players are looking as India as the biggest market. So one thing basically is demographic factors. When I talk about demographic factors, basically you can take into account like income. Right, our income is growing, of course. Disposable, I must say, disposable income is growing. Okay, I'm not considering COVID period actually here, right? I'm talking about the fundamentals. You can also talk about one more, a very important factor, which is age. India is basically a young country. Okay, wherein Western countries or some of the Asian countries are also aging countries. Like Japan is an aging country, wherein you can see most of the people are in above 50 years of age. But here in India, survey says that around 65% of Indians are below the 35 years of age. That makes some sense for the global retailers. That means here in India, there are a lot of young people. And if there are young people, definitely they are working and they have purchasing power, disposable income. So now you can see here, healthy economic growth, changing demographic profile, increased disposable income, changing consumer taste and preferences, a lot of things. So one more thing I would like to talk about FDI, because I know I have little time, so I can't cover everything here. So FDI, if you simply see, there are sectorial FDI actually. I hope you all know foreign direct investment. So there are two routes actually. though I have a slide, but I don't know whether I will be able to. This is something about the ease of doing business. Earlier in 2015, India was 142 rank. Now India is on 63rd rank. Okay, World Bank data is this. This is World Bank data. I was talking about this FDI. So there are two routes basically through which foreign players can come to India. One is automatic route, another is basically government route. Wherein in automatic route, you can't require. I don't require permission to take prior. Okay, simply you can simply inform to the Ministry of, that's our own ministry, Ministry of Commerce simply, and you can start your business by informing the ministry. But in case of certain sectors wherein you require permission from the, that's basically known as government route. Okay, wherein you need to require prior permission before starting your business actually, right? So there are two, but here in retail you can see in different forms of retail, different kind of patterns are there. Okay, so if you simply take a single brand outlet like Nike is basically a single brand. If you see MACD is a single brand wherein 100% FDI is allowed. But if you take MBO, wherein 51% FDI is allowed only. I think I have a slide for that. Let me just okay, before I reach there, let me also brief you about. There are different forms of different like mono or exclusive EBOs. We call it EBO, exclusive brand outlets. Like I was just talking about Nike, and others. But if you take example of Spencer's or Shoppers, they are MBOs basically, wherein you will find a lot of brands. Okay, like multi-brand outlet, convergence of retail outlets, wherein one format is various formats are meeting, coming together to form a different type of hyper, or you can say hybrid formats. Okay, and of course e-retailers, as you all know, 24/7 digital. You must have heard about the Philip Kotler, huh? He wrote a very fantastic book on this digital platform that was basically digital marketing 4.0 written by Philip Kotler. You can go through that book. It's available online also. Okay, and now Philip Kotler is going to publish a book on 5.0, which is something very, very interesting. Okay, I have a slide also on that, but I don't know whether I will be able to reach or not. Like you can see in organized retail, you can find departmental stores, you will find hypermarkets, supermarkets, specialty products, cash and carry. Cash and carry are basically wholesale, market, wholesale, like Best Price. There is a store of Best Price in Amravati, near Amravati. So it's a, who is the biggest retailer, which is the biggest company in the world in any form? That's basically Walmart. And Walmart basically is basically a retailer. Walmart is the biggest in terms of revenue, the biggest company in the world in any form of, you can take IT or infra or any. So that proudly we can say that belongs to retail field actually. Okay, and Sam Walton established this way back. Okay, so a lot of growth factors are there which we keep on simply talking about. A lot of demographic variables which are playing a vital role. Okay, like you can see it contributes almost 10 to 11% in our GDP, somewhere 10 or somewhere 11 you can see, and there's retail sector total, and 8% employment you can see. Okay, now you can see here also traditional retail and organized and unorganized. Here in India, the last GRDI report says that almost 11% organized retail is there. That means almost 89% unorganized is there. That you can understand the power. You still have a scope to convert 89% into organized retail. And few years back, the same case was there in China. Few years back in China, the biggest sector was unorganized. When Alibaba came into picture, they started working on it. They, started modernizing unorganized sectors, and now the same kind of impact you can see here in India. Like you can see in various retailers are working on the same model. Like the latest is JioMart. Okay, nothing but modernizing our own traditional retailers by providing them the digital platforms, right? So quickly, I'll just provide you a snapshot of all these things. Okay, now you can see here this payment gateway is also playing a very vital role into flourishing this online business here in India. Mobile phone users, I was just talking about, the India is the second mobile phone smartphone users after China, because we have a lot of numbers, 135 or 140 crore people here in India. Okay, so I was just talking about this FDI and retail sector, because if we talk about retail and if we talk about organized retail, and we don't speak on this this FDI, then that will not be a justice, right? A lot of foreign players have already come to India. Okay, big players. Walmart is also there, but Walmart is still not there into pure retail. They are into cash and carry business only. They have one format here that's known as basically best price. That's basically a cash and carry business. Though they have purchased online retailer Flipkart. Okay, so through that they are trying to compete with Amazon here. And you know why? This Walmart and Amazon both are American companies. Wherever they go, they try to fight with each other. Even in USA, they try to fight with each other. In USA, Walmart is also there into basically e-com. Okay, but their basic business is into a few terminologies I want to use here: brick and mortar and digital click stores. So brick and mortar stores are basically physical stores, and click stores are basically e-com players. So now there is a hybrid concept known as physical and digital, combining both together. Because earlier there was a kind of people used to say there is a competition between offline and online, but now they both are working together, right? So that's a kind of complementing, they are complementing each other. Actually, there was a concept called O2O. Earlier it was offline versus online. Now you can see here online versus offline versus online. I mean, this O2O was there actually. But now what's happening actually? People are looking, I mean, if you see the kind of trend nowadays, even you must have also experienced this, that whatever you want to purchase, generally people go to online first. They search for that product. They get all kind of information from there, and they go to nearby store, nearby supermarket, and they purchase. So that saves a lot of time actually, because you have clear-cut idea that what exactly you want to purchase, which color, which particular size. Okay, and you simply go to that store and you purchase. So it saves a lot of time of yours. So now these O2O, online and offline, are working together. They are not actually direct competitors now. Okay, so that's basically known as physical concept actually. Okay, right. So now I have already spoken about all these things. Uh, uh, but e-com, let me talk about, because this e-com also belongs to this organized retail only. So this e-com is a lot of things are there which we need to also understand. Even the kind of FDI which is allowed here in India is not that you just simply come and make money and go to your place. No, it's not like that. If you want to come to India in basically physical stores. Okay, so what exactly, there are certain conditions which you need to follow. The minimum amount should be $100 million. Minimum investment should be $100 million. Okay, and out of which 50% should be into backend infra. Backend infra means like warehousing, like logistics. So these are some of the conditions which are, I mean, required. You can't simply come and just make money and go like East India Company. No. Okay, even 30% of your sourcing, the products which are sourcing, okay, which you are selling, should be purchased from the local vendors, and especially local vendors maybe should be from MSME, micro, small, and medium enterprises, so that they, I mean, Modi has already given a a make in India, made in India concept. So by this way, we can empower our these small vendors also. They will also be playing a huge role into this organized retailing, by selling, by enjoying this digital platforms of Amazon and Flipkart and Snapdeal, etc., Myntra, etc. They are getting a platform there. Even in e-com, okay, like Flipkart and Amazon. Earlier Flipkart was Indian, but now it has been sold to this Walmart. Though Flipkart is registered in now in 11 they registered in it in Singapore. They started in 7, Sachin and Mini Bansal. So this, even in e-com, there are certain conditions. In fact, from February 19, 1st February 19, there is a new e-commerce policy which is playing a role. Even people, ministry is working even to just modernize this also again. So that policy says that, I'll just simply, take you through this e-com. Okay. That you can be there. Basically, there are two models actually, though I know I have less time, but let me brief you fast. There are two modes actually. Okay. There are two forms of e-com. One is called marketplace model. There are two models actually, marketplace model. Another is inventory model actually. Okay. Inventory model actually. MPM, marketplace model and inventory model. So e-com has two models basically. Inventory model is a kind of model wherein the company itself can sell its own products, like Alibaba. Alibaba is basically inventory based model, and that's the reason Alibaba is not able to come to India in B2C. Okay, neither it's allowed. They are allowed into even B2B, because that's basically purely inventory based model. But marketplace model is something wherein you are allowed to sell into B2B but not into B2C, right? And the certain conditions are there. Okay, conditions are like though everything is here written here, vendors can see. Amazon is not selling anything to consumers. First of all, you need to understand, Amazon or Flipkart, they are providing a platform wherein vendors or suppliers can register themselves and they can sell their products. So Amazon never says that I'm an e-commerce player. Amazon always says that I'm a tech provider. Okay, technology provider. Okay, so you can enjoy the facilities which are being provided by Amazon. As a seller, you can register yourself. There are certain conditions also, like these small players or vendors can also purchase from Amazon. Now there is a condition. There is entire kind of cycle you can see. These small vendors like Aperio, they used to purchase a lot of products from Amazon and they used to sell on the platform. Now you can say, sir, in this case में तो फिर तो वही बात होगी कि वो वहीं से खरीद रहे हैं वहीं बेच रहे हैं. But there is certain restriction on that also. You cannot, the totals, you cannot sell more than 25% of the total sale of yours from your own tech provider. Like you can't purchase more than 25% of your sales from the Amazon or Flipkart to sell on their own platforms. So there are certain conditions which are there. Trupti ma'am, shall I stop here, or because I have lot of things to share with them?
So actually, it's over time now.
Okay, so I think we should. I just simply let me just show my PPTs to all of them so that they can at least. Okay, some of the top Indian retailers, top foreign retailers, you can see online retailers. Contribution I have already. This is GRDI, guys. You can note down this Global Retail Development Index, and you can afterwards search it. Okay. Now you can see all these. Actually, a lot of things, but anyways, this 5.2 I was just talking about. Now in January, Flip Portal is going to launch a new book, 5.0 basically. Okay, wherein he is covering artificial intelligence and algorithms, marketing automation, robotics, virtual and augmented reality. Like you can see magic mirrors nowadays. Okay, or Lenskart is using this virtual and augmented reality. A natural and languages processing like Siri and Alexa, and neural marketing and brain scanning. In future, your brain will be scanned that what exactly you want to purchase, that they will be coming to know. Okay, because ultimately consumer is the king, and everything is whatever they used to do, they do, considering the consumer as a king. I'm talking about retailers. No, at least I'm done with. So sorry, ma'am, for taking a few more minutes of yours.
No, not an issue, sir. In fact, we are feeling very bad that we could not hear you completely because of time constraints, sir. This Zoom platform doesn't allow us to take knowledge fully. Basically, that's so, students, if you have any questions, you can go ahead asking questions to sir.
Yeah, ma'am. Yes, sir. I have a question.
Yeah, please, no one. Go ahead. At least I can recognize now.
It is regarding. Yeah. So it is regarding GeoMart versus Amazon. Okay, now GeoMart works only in a grocery market, yes. And how it will affect other competitors, other retailing e-commerce platforms, if JioMart soon started with all kinds of products, and how it will affect Indian economy when Indian e-commerce company, Indian e-commerce company comes under the competition with Amazon and Alibaba and Walmart and Flipkart. So, is there any chance of JioMart versus Amazon and all other competitors?
Very good question, Noman, first of all. JioMart, actually, if you could see, you could read about JioMart. JioMart is basically a kind of copycat model of Alibaba's business model, which they started in long back in 2007 in China. Actually, they started modernizing their own formats. Wherein that time 87% was unorganized sector. Now they have done a fantastic job there in China. So few years back, I could still remember. Jack Ma is basically the owner of this Alibaba. Jack Ma came to India, and there was a meeting between Mukesh Ambani and Jack Ma. Actually, I was expecting some fruitful results in December, I think 18. So meeting was there, but I think that didn't materialize. But Mukesh Ambani, I think, tried to copy that model and brought this. Still, this JioMart is at its, this in pilot stage only. They started this JioMart only in, Thane and Mumbai and suburbs areas. See, the models, is basically, if you see in total retail, more than 60%, is contributor of this total retail is basically groceries. So, and grocery is something which is being consumed by everybody, right? So they have started with grocery, and of course, if they could provide tech platform to grocery stores or kirana stores which are nearby, our places, okay, definitely they are going to, hybrid this model by providing local apparel stores and others in future. I think they should provide it, because if you see here in our e-commerce policy also, that enables that you need to provide opportunity to the local artisans, local vendors. You need to at least source 30% from them. Okay, so definitely JioMart is going to play a role. I have a strong belief that Mukesh Ambani is going to lead. Though they have already acquired Future Group, the world the India's biggest retail group. They have recently acquired after this post COVID. I hope I answered your query, Numan.
Yes, sir. But how will it affect Indian economy?
Of course, the money will be here in India itself. It will not go to USA.
Exactly, that's the point.
It will provide a lot of opportunities, employment. A lot of employment will be there, because it's required actually. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're most welcome. Any other questions,
sir.
guys? Yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, two more students are there. I'll ask them to unmute themselves, sir.
Yeah, please,
Just
ma'am.
give me a minute. Yes.
Let me first of all stop my sharing this. Actually, retail is very close to my heart. Actually, I'm from last many years, I just keep on teaching this. You guys, you can, if you want to, if you are more interested into learning about retail, you all can subscribe this ET Retail, Economic Times Retail. You can read reports of McKinsey and BCG, Deloitte, all reports. Even our own ministry has one research you can say wing, that's called IBEF, India Brand Equity Foundation, which publishes reports every year on different fields. I'm not talking about only retail. Whatever industry you are interested, you can read reports from BCG, GE, Deloitte, IBEF, India Brand Equity Foundation. A lot of players are there. Yes.
Yes, Aishwarya, you can unmute yourself and ask question.
सर जैसे कि हम देख रहे हैं कि यहाँ पे मतलब ट्रेडिशनल बिजनेस का भी कोविड की वजह से और नुकसान हो रहा है, और रिटेल बिजनेस बढ़ेगा अभी कोविड की वजह से, तो मतलब ट्रेडिशनल बिजनेस कौन से स्टेप्स ले सकता है अपने आप को बचाने के लिए?
See, we all know that the father of modern marketing management is Philip Kotler. So Philip Kotler has already, given a very, good mantra to fight with all these is digital presence actually. और यही कर रहा है हमारा जो जियो मार्ट एक्चुअली. जियो मार्ट इज क्या कर रहा है बेसिकली, इज प्रोवाइडिंग digital platform to all the conventional retailers. They are trying to connect. Okay, like हम अभी क्या करते हैं, हमारे घरों के आसपास के जो किराना स्टोर्स होते हैं, we used to purchase all our groceries from them only. अभी नागपुर में मैं देख रहा हूँ कि डी-मार्ट वगैरह भी आ गए हैं. तो अभी क्या कर रहे हैं, बहुत सारे किराना स्टोर्स ऐसे भी हैं, एज आई टोल्ड यू ऑल, स्टिल 89% और 88% इज इनटू द हैंड्स ऑफ अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड सेक्टर. दैट मीन्स बहुत पावर है उसमें, ठीक है ना. जो आपने बोला कन्वेंशनल स्टोर्स या जो हमारे पारंपरिक जो स्टोर्स हैं, इनको अगर हम टेक प्लेटफॉर्म्स प्रोवाइड करते हैं, इनके पास अगर हम थोड़ी सी ट्रेनिंग प्रोवाइड करते हैं कि आपको कैसे रैपिंग करना है, कैसे पैकिंग करना है, कैसे मर्चेंडाइज को डिलीवर करना है, कैसे टेक्नोलॉजी को कैसे आपको एनेबल करना है, तो अल्टीमेटली बैरियर कहाँ आ रहा है, कंज्यूमर को क्या चाहिए उनको ठीक से पता नहीं होता है, कंज्यूमर को कब चाहिए उनको पता नहीं होता है. अगर इस बैरियर को हम दूर कर दें, अल्टीमेटली सी वी हैव टू, आई मीन व्हाट जियो मार्ट इज डूइंग, दे आर सिंपली बिकमिंग काइंड ऑफ प्रॉब्लम सॉल्वर. कि हाँ, एक जो डिस्कनेक्ट पीस की, उस डिस्कनेक्ट को हम कम करते हैं, बिल्कुल खत्म करते हैं. कंज्यूमर एंड रिटेलर एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म पे दोनों सही टाइम पे बात करके और उस प्रोडक्ट को डिलीवर कर पाए. दैट्स इट. तो कोविड के बाद
it clearly means that what exactly we have to sell in the market.
Pardon? Can you repeat once again, please?
Sir, it exactly means that they give the knowledge about what we have to exactly sell in the market and at what rate, means giving the knowledge about.
Yes, you can say not giving the knowledge, I must say, but at least they are providing you the kind of opportunity wherein you can directly connect with your consumers. And that's something which is very much required actually. If there is a disconnect, there means, is a
how we have to face our competitor.
Yes, of course, because see what happens actually, people like to buy not going nowadays to physical stores that way, क्योंकि अभी क्या होता है, बहुत टाइम लगता है उसमें. तो आप घर बैठे ऑर्डर कर दो ना, आपके घर पे डोर डिलीवरी हो जाएगी. एंड दैट कैन हैपन ओनली विद इन दिस टेक प्लेटफॉर्म्स ओनली, डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म्स. And nowadays even things are going way beyond all these things. I was just talking about the augmented reality, like IKEA प्लेस करके एक उसका ऐप है. अगर आपको IKEA से कुछ खरीदना है ना, तो आपको IKEA जाना नहीं है, आप IKEA प्लेस ऐप डाउनलोड करो, IKEA की वेबसाइट से जाकर के, या जो है, और जो भी फर्नीचर आपको चाहिए, उस फर्नीचर को आपके घर में कहाँ रखना है, वो कैसा दिखेगा रखने के बाद में, with the help of that augmented reality you can just simply place that furniture or household item to your room, into your room, and you can see कैसा लगेगा वो देख करके. So आपको फर्नीचर उठा के लाके रखना देखना नहीं है, आपको वर्चुअली you can experience all these things and then you can take a decision कि आपको लेना है. तो now this augmented and virtual reality, आपको देखो, आपको लेंस कार्ड है, आपको स्पेक्स कैसा दिखेगा आपको लगाने के बाद में, you don't have to actually purchase that specs, simply you can visit to their app, और आपको डिफरेंट टाइप्स के वहां पर आपको फटाफट करके वो दिखा देगा कि आपके ऊपर कैसा कौन सा लग रहा है. या नाउडेज देयर इज अ कांसेप्ट ऑफ फिजिकल ट्रायल रूम्स. अब आपको फिजिकल ट्रायल रूम्स का जो जमाना है वो गया, अब वर्चुअल ट्रायल रूम्स आ गए, मैजिक मिरर्स बोलते हैं उसको. दैट्स बेसिकली आल्सो काइंड ऑफ ऑगमेंटेड रियलिटी, कि आपको जो भी कपड़े पसंद आते हैं, आपको ट्रायल रूम्स में नहीं जाना है, आप उन मेरे मैजिक मिरर्स के सामने खड़े होइए, अपनी साइज सिलेक्ट करिए, कलर सिलेक्ट करिए, वो पर्टिकुलर डेनिम सिलेक्ट करिए, और आपको सामने दिखा देगा आपकी इमेज के सामने कि आप कैसे दिखोगे. आप मेकअप की बात करें, मेकअप में क्या होता है, केमिकल बेस्ड प्रोडक्ट्स होते हैं बेसिकली. ओके, हर्बल केमिकल सब होते हैं, क्योंकि हर कोई हर मेकअप अप्लाई नहीं कर सकता, हर ब्रांड अप्लाई नहीं कर सकता है. आपको कैसी लिपस्टिक चाहिए, कैसी क्रीम लगानी है, क्या क्या चीजें आपको लगाना आपके चेहरे पे, आपको लगा के वहां सामने दिखा देगा मैजिक मिरर कि आप कैसे लगोगे लगाने के बाद में. So these are some of the things which are there. Magic mirrors and augmented and virtual realities are playing vital role into this. So आने वाला जमाना इसी का है 5.0. अभी 4.0 के ऊपर एक 5.0 की बात हो रही है. I hope I answered.
So once please repeat the name of 5.0 book name.
5.0 by अभी आया नहीं है, बुक अभी लॉन्च होगी जनवरी 2021 में लॉन्च होगी. But meanwhile you can read a book known as 4.0 by Philip Kotler. 4.0 by Philip Kotler. It's a fantastic book. I think सभी को पहली बात तो मार्केटिंग मैनेजमेंट की बेसिक बुक जो फिलिप कोटलर की है, साउथ एशियन पर्सपेक्टिव, रिटन बाय फिलिप कोटलर एंड मिथिलेश्वर ओझा एंड कोशी अब्राहम, ये वाली बुक पढ़नी चाहिए. इसके बाद आपको डिजिटल मार्केटिंग की बुक पढ़नी चाहिए 4.0 रिटन बाय फिलिप कोटलर, अगर आपको मार्केटिंग में जाना है तो. Okay.
Okay. Anyone else who want to ask questions?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead, Disha.
So, how does normal retailers attract foreign companies for their goods to buy from them?
You are talking about joint ventures and kind of things?
Yes, sir. How
No,
does retailers attract foreign brands?
Retailers attract foreign brands. Can you elaborate this? Because I'm just not getting you exactly. कि आप बोलना चाह रहे हो कि वो कैसे अपने हैं इंडिया में लेके आए foreign brands को या?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, in terms of FDI, you're talking about foreign direct investment.
Yes, sir.
So government is providing. Government has already opened the gate. All the foreign brands can come to India now. You can see McD, Zara. You can see IKEA. You can see a lot of Louis Vuitton. All big brands are there in India, already present. Already present there because government has already opened its doors and government is welcoming. Ease of doing business. मैंने भी पता है ना 63rd rank पे भी India आ गया है. We are the 5th most favorite destination in terms of retailing and in terms of overall countries. And if we take fastest 30 developing countries, India is the 2nd most favorite destination in terms of retail. So चीजें बदल रही हैं. चीजें अभी गवर्नमेंट स्टेबल गवर्नमेंट होने के कारण से बहुत सारे डिसीजंस फास्ट लिए जा रहे हैं. जीएसटी इज प्लेइंग अ वेरी वाइटल रोल इनटू दिस. पहले क्या होता था? ऑक्ट्राई, सेल्स टैक्स, दुनिया भर के रजिस्ट्रेशंस, इंटर स्टेट मूवमेंट्स बहुत दिक्कत होते थे. देयर वर लॉट ऑफ ऑब्स्टिकल्स इनटू इंटर स्टेट मूवमेंट्स ऑफ द गुड्स. बट नाउ you can see there is no octroi, there is no sales tax, there is no VAT. All kind of indirect taxes have been just abolished, and now there is one tax that's called known as GST. So ease of doing business काफी बेहतर हो गया at least. And by this way foreign players are somewhere being attracted and consumers उसका फायदा भी उठा रहे हैं.
Thank you, sir.
Most welcome.
Okay, Harshita, now you can continue.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir, for such an informative session and sharing such knowledgeable things. Now, I request Chanchal to deliver a vote of thanks.
Thank you, Harshita. A very warm good morning to one and all present here. It's my privilege to propose vote of thanks. I, Chanchal Thadani, student of BBA second year, on behalf of Sindhu Mahavidyalaya and entire fraternity of the institute, extend my vote of thanks to our noble management committee, Honorable Shri Bakhru sir, President Sindhi Vidya Samiti, Honorable Shri Vinky Rughwani sir, Chairman, Honorable Shri Keswani sir, General Secretary, and my most sincere thanks to our Principal, Dr. Santosh Kasbekar sir, Vice Principal, Dr. Satish Tewani sir, and Dr. Thadani sir. A very heartily thanks to our Chief Guest, Dr. Mahesh Singh sir, who spared their time from their busy schedule to grace the occasion. Thank you, sir, for your graceful thoughts. This will definitely encourage us in the future. Your thoughts have enlightened our minds and are shown a new path. I am immensely thankful to our motivator, Mr. Pranay Wankhede sir, HOD of Department of Management, our organizing team, Dr. Suman Keswani ma'am, Dr. Trupti Sakhare ma'am, Mr. Deepak Gehani sir, and Ms. Poorvi Tiwari ma'am. A very sincere gratitude to all the listeners. Thank you all for listening so patiently. Last but not the least, a big thank you to everyone for making this event on Talk on Online Retailing in India a successful one. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chanchal. And I would like to thank you. Thanks, my sincere, gratitude to this Sindhu Mahavidyalaya Trupti madam for inviting me, and when I got a chance to interact with this such a fantastic audience. The budding managers of the country, I must say, the leaders of the country. Thank you so much once again.
This was online, but manually the questions were raised more, sir. This was online, so children are fair. अगर सर मैन्युअली होता तो क्वेश्चन ज्यादा रेज होते सर.
कोविड ने
इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक सर.
Thank you so much, yeah. Thank you so much, Manpreet.
Thank you so much, Mahesh sir. Thank you so much from Department of Management and from entire Sindhu Mahavidyalaya Parivar. Thank you so much, sir. The session was really very interesting. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Pranay sir, for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to interact with this such a energetic and I'm excellent audience. I really say the one sentence about them that they are the future of the country and the world. Like Satyam Shivam and Sundaram, like Satya Nadella, Sundar Pichai and Shiv, Nada. So they all are leading the world and I could see many of you are ready with that kind of zeal and passion to lead the world, not only India. Thank you so much. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you so much, Mahesh sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Can I
you.
leave now?
Yes, yes.
Thank
We
you
are
so much.
ending the session now. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much once again.
Thank you, sir.
बहुत स्मूथ हुआ, बहुत अच्छा हुआ पूर्वी, बहुत ही अच्छा हुआ।